Hey, what's up everybody? Our second and final pickup capsule event is here, and I just wanted to make this video really quickly to show you the 6 different tsums and what they look like, so that way you can make a determination if you want to invest in them. But honestly, I do always recommend people to try to finish the pickup capsule, because at the very end of the pickup capsule, you get this last prize, which is a skill ticket. So let's look over the 6 different tsums. So there are going to be some rare ones in here. So Mrs. Potts only have one variation in this capsule. And also, if you have any of the tsums maxed out, you're gonna get premium tickets instead. So I already have Timothy and Lumineer maxed out. So 6 of those options are gonna be premium tickets instead of the Timothy and Lumineer. You won't be getting duplicates of Timothy because you've maxed, or for me, at least I maxed it out. And out of all 6 of these, I was actually interested in getting Pirate Clarice, because Pirate Clarice is the first tsum that I ever got as a figurine. So I'm not too sure if you guys are aware, but Tsum Tsums is actually available in the arcades. And they're in like these giant machines and you can swipe them. And this is actually how I got into Tsum Tsums about 3 years ago, because I got Pirate Clarice in one of those pickup capsules. So that is the reason why I actually really want to get Pirate Clarice maxed out. I don't have that one maxed out yet, but I do have Timothy and Lumineer maxed out. From a functional standpoint, out of all of these, Timothy is going to be the one that you want to get, and also try to max out if you haven't. If you don't have a really good tsum that generates magic bubbles with items in the middle of them, then you definitely want to try to get Timothy, and you'll see later why that is when I do a side-by-side comparison for all 6 of these tsums. If you got Charm Ariel from last month, then you might not necessarily need Timothy, because Charm Ariel is going to be the best bubble making tsum. And they're not just any bubbles, they're bubbles that have a item in the middle, so they are ability bubbles. And those bubbles could be helpful for a lot of the missions where they require you to get like X amount of time bubbles or a bunch of score bubbles, and really it comes down to the coin and time bubbles are very useful for Timothy. So I highly recommend you to try to get all 3 of the Timothy at the very minimum. But out of all 6 of these, Lumineer is going to be the best one for coins in my opinion. I don't have all the pirate ones maxed out yet, so it's really hard for me to make a comparison. All of my pirate tsums out of these 6 are at skill level 4, where you'll be able to see later on how those really played out when I do a side-by-side comparison. And also, I'm not too sure if you guys are aware, but if you have gyro on and you move the phone around, the tsums in the capsule itself will move left and right. I actually really enjoy these pickup capsule events. I really like seeing the tsums in this little capsule. It kind of reminds me when I was younger, where I would go to the grocery stores and put in some quarters and try to get some of these tsums. And they don't necessarily need to be tsums, they have other toys in these capsules. If you are able to finish the pickup capsule, you'll be able to get the skill tickets at the very end, and this is really what you want to get at the very end, because you're able to apply the skill tickets to all of the tsums, so any tsums that you want. And I have a really strong feeling in May, Jedi Luke is going to come back, and really that is your number 1 tsum that you want to invest your skill tickets into. Alright, so let's do a side-by-side comparison first. I'm going to do these 3 pirate tsums first. So Pirate Stitch clears a vertical line of tsum, Pirate Mickey does clear all tsum in the center, and Pirate Clarice does clear a bunch of random tsum. So all of these 3 are really cool. I think their animations is really fun to watch. Let's start with Pirate Stitch at the very left. What he does is he throws 3 of these swords in the sky, and he gets scared, runs out of the way, and then 3 lines of tsums, or 3 lines of vertical clear happens. Now if you're lucky, all 3 of these swords could be bundled into one, and it could be one big clear versus 3 separate ones. Now let's take a look at Pirate Mickey in the middle. He blasts out a cannonball and makes a Mickey shaped clear in the middle. And if you haven't noticed, just watch the cannonballs very closely. They're always going to be in that shape, looking like a Mickey Mouse. So 3 cannonball shoots out, and it makes a big clear in the middle. And again, I have them all at skill level 4, so which is pretty good. And I think Pirate Mickey is pretty fun to see all of them blow up in the middle. And Pirate Stitch is cool if you could get all 3 of the clears or all 3 of the abilities to line up so that you get one big clear. Alright, let's shift our attention to Pirate Clarice to the 3rd one. And essentially Pirate Clarice shoots a bunch of canyons. So Pirate Clarice is going to be really good for combos if you have any missions that require a high combo with a hat. Then Pirate Clarice is the one you want to go with. Because look at, we're at 157 combo and we're at 171. So you get roughly about under 20 combos just from one ability. So pretty cool here. I do recommend trying to get Pirate Clarice if you need a Tsum for a high combo, and that if you don't have one yet. But that's pretty much it for the ability side of all 3 of these Tsums. The gameplay here is about to run up, so I will also stay till the very end here. So that way you can see what coins I ended up with and also the final score. And you can make a determination if you want to invest in them. I personally, if you ask me, I would recommend saving your coins for May, because I have a very strong feeling that in May Jedi Luke will come back, and that Jedi Luke, you're going to need them for coins. So I think this year there is going to be a lot of coin farmers coming out here. So that wraps up Pirate Stitch. So I'm also going to run it to the very end because I am playing with 5-4 on as well as the coin boost. So I'll give you a chance to see what I end up with the coin boost. But as you can see, the base coins aren't that great and score is mediocre. So nothing too exciting for these 3 Tsums. So even with the coin boost, I wasn't able to get over 2,300, which is below my investment rate. Alright, so now let's take a look at these last 3. I have Timothy at skill level 6, Miss Potts at skill level 3, and Lumineer at skill level 6. So let's start with Timothy. So as I mentioned, Timothy does make a bunch of random bubbles and is really good for any missions that require you to make any ability bubbles. So if you're looking for time bubbles, score bubbles, XP bubbles, or any magical bubbles you're looking for. So take a look. I was able to get 6 magical bubbles on that one, and it was a variation of a bunch of different kinds of bubbles that came up. So if you need a bubble Tsum, Timothy or Miss Bunny or Charm Ariel are going to be your best 3. Of course, Charm Ariel will be your number 1, and then Timothy and Miss Bunny will be your next best choice. Alright, let's shift our attention to the middle, and we have Mrs. Potts at skill level 3. I honestly don't really like these Tsums where they just change and you still gotta make the chain. But if you look closely, it's pretty interesting. The Tsum looks similar to Mrs. Potts. I think it's like a teacup instead of a teapot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but ultimately a bunch of Tsums gets changed into clearable Tsums where you could line up Miss Potts with them and you create a really long chain. I would say I'm a relatively slow player because I see people play online with the stylist or just really fast players that could clear a lot of Tsums really quickly. And I think for those players, you could really do some serious damage with these type of Tsums where you need to create a long chain. But for me, I like big bursts and also really like to just blow everything up. I'm not very good, to be honest, to create long chains. But if you are, then maybe Mrs. Potts is really a good option for you. Alright, and then to the end, we have Lumineer, and I really like Lumineer's ability. It just pops everything. And also, it starts Fever right away. So if you need a Tsum where it starts Fever right away, then Lumineer is a good option for you, especially like if you have missions that require you to do like 10 Fevers per game. Normally, you wouldn't be able to do that. You're going to need a Tsum like this, where you're able to start Fever right away. Out of all 3 of these, Lumineer does come out on top for coins and also for score. Lumineer does max out at skill level 6, and I do have Lumineer skill level 6, but as you can see, I don't really use Lumineer. Mrs. Potts does max out at skill level 3, and also Timothy maxes out at skill level 6, so all 3 of these are already maxed out. Alright, so let's take a look at the score potential and coins, and as you can tell, not great, and not great for score, not really great for coins. Maybe Lumineer is pretty good. So that's pretty much it for this one. It's almost the end of the month, so I'm going to be working on a leak video for next month relatively soon here. So if you're interested in seeing what next month has to offer, like which Tsums are going to be coming out next month and also what missions are going to be, definitely subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so that way you get notified right away when that leak video comes out. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.